What's going on, guys? Your boy KZ back again with another video. And I just got done doing a load near Bakersfield, California, and then I drove down here to this Love's, and I was like doing a walk around on my truck, and I found a nail in my tire. And it's like halfway through the tire, you know, and it's like bent too, and I don't think it's penetrating it like fully, but I mean, I gotta check it out. And then my blinker's acting up, so I'm hoping to get a load still today, but I don't know. I mean, it's getting kind of late, but I mean, we'll see. If not, I mean, I'm okay with it either way. It's better to get it checked out than have to worry about, you know, having a blowout, which I've done. Actually, I might have a video, like an old video. I'll have to check, but I can show you guys the nail if you want. I'll put it up right here. So it's going like halfway in, and it's pushed over, and the tire, when I had a load, obviously it was dipping down, but that's it right there. See, when I turn the blinker on, it does that. And see, that's how it normally is on the other side. But this one, and yeah, and then after that, I'm hoping to, you know what? I'm gonna try to show you guys some footage today if I do get a load. If not, then tomorrow I'm gonna try to show you guys some of the stuff where I'm at, what it's like down here. So stay tuned for that. What's going on, guys? It's your boy KZ again. So, update. As you can see in that clip that I just posted, or if not, I'll post it up right here. And as you can see, I had the mechanic come out, and he pulled the nail, and obviously you can hear it, you know, it's leaking air. So it is a good thing that I stopped. You know, when you have a situation like that, I was unsure of, you know, like if I should have kept going or if I should have stopped. But, you know, whenever it's like that, just stop, you know. And that's something I learned a long time ago. So, and another thing though, you know, the guy said he'd call me in 40 minutes, and it was like, you know, 2 hours, you know. And so in the first like hour and 30 minutes, I went in, got checked in, like I asked him what the holdup is, and they updated me. He didn't even have my phone number, so he said he did, and then I made him check. And, you know, never trust these mechanics out here, you know, even if it's a place like this. Like, this is a Love's, you know, I'm gonna put them on blast right now. So even a place like Love's, you know, like, don't trust any mechanic. You know, that's something I learned when I was doing independent contracting. So they will try to rip you off if you don't know what you're like doing at all. Like, even though I'm not a mechanic at all, I leave it to professionals on that. I barely change a light. But they were taking too long. That's something I learned. And I mean, there's still ways to kind of figure out what you're being charged for. And, you know, if you use common sense, for instance, like this guy told me I needed a new clutch a long time ago, and I knew I didn't need a new clutch. So I called my boss, and long story short, it was like, just like, I don't know, it was like a $5 or $50 part or something like that. I can't remember, but it was super cheap. And he, and that would have been, I don't know how much it is for a new clutch, a new transmission, for a, you know, semi-truck, but I know it's like, I think it's like $20,000 or 10. I don't know. It's expensive. But since today, I'm just disappointed because I wanted to shoot some footage of me driving today. But so instead, I'm going to talk about local because I said I was gonna make a video about that. So I'm gonna title that something about local. And today I'm gonna talk about LTL. If you don't know what that is, it's less than a truckload. So why would someone want to use less than a truckload and pay for that? So the thing is, and I'll talk about pay too. The thing is like, let's say you have a pallet, or like 2 pallets or 5 pallets, and you need it to go out, but you don't want to spend it for a whole semi truck. So companies will hire these LTL companies, and that's how it works. That's how the basics of it works. So you go to a place, you pick up like 2-3 pallets, and then you go throughout your day, and then you have a full truck, you bring it back, drop it, and then pick up a new one. So the basics, when I worked for Old Dominion, right, how they did things were, so you come in for the day, like if you're a pickup and delivery driver, your day is literally, so you come in for your shift, and you go in a dispatch, they assign you a truck for the day, and then they're like, all right, you go here. And it's literally, it could be anywhere from 5 stops to like 15 stops, and it's usually like a 28-foot box, like not a box truck, 28-foot trailer, or it could be a 53, anywhere from 28 to 53, so 48, whatever, and then you go and do your deliveries, right? And this is how easy the job is. Like literally, you get to the place, and I would say about 70% of your customers are literally just dropping the pallet. So let's say you get to your first customer, right, and they have 2 pallets, and then you get out, you go into the place, and you're like, hey, what's up, man? And then you go start taking off the pallet, and some of these pallets are pretty heavy, and usually the dock worker, like the receiving guy, will be like, oh no, hey, don't do that, and you're gonna do it with the pallet jack, and 70% of your customers will literally like just forklift it off your truck. I mean, you don't have to do anything, and like the other ones, some are like tires, it's like a full trailer of tires, and you just roll the tires to the end of the trailer, someone catches them. But it could even be like a table, or like 8 feet of pipe or something like that. I mean, you can ship anything LTL really if you want to, and super easy job. I mean, it's the easiest freaking thing I've ever done in my life. Because I did warehouse for 10 years, and like it's just a joke. I mean, so most of your day you're just backing into docks. So your backing just gets insane. Like, I mean, you can, like, blindside, doesn't matter because you're in a day cab, so your visibility is a lot better because you have the window, but you just get a lot more experience backing. So your backing, I don't know, your maneuverability, like where you can get in and out of stuff, you just start to judge things a lot better. So that's a plus side too. So when you go local, you just start to, I remember when I first started over the road, you're kind of scared to go into certain areas, but doing local, it's just like, there were some things that I would have probably thought weren't possible, and now driving one of these trucks, or even gaining that experience in the time I did local, gave me the confidence to just drive a truck more in general, in and out of places. So like, even with a sleeper on it, I know what I can do now, and it's like this, for instance, let's say I make a wrong turn and I have to blindside into like a street, like there's a street right here, I don't want to move my camera though. If I had to blindside that, I wouldn't really like. I mean, I'd stay calm and I would just do it, and then and that's that, because you do have a little window you can open up and you can move your mirrors and just get up and look, or get out and look, and but yeah, so your first part of your day, you're just unloading your trailer, right? And then the second half of your day, which I always say is the hardest part of your job, right? And literally your hardest part of your job about doing LTL freight is literally taking a sticker and putting it onto a pallet. Because if you mess that up, so like let's say you have a shipment that's going from Utah to like California, and then you have another pallet that's going from Utah to Florida, and you were to switch the stickers, it would get sent to the wrong place. The Florida one would get sent to California would get sent to Florida, and that's a lot of money. And then you have the line haul guys that make anywhere from $90,000 to $115,000 a year, and that's take home. You can check it out on YouTube. There's a channel that'll link the pay stubs on that, and but what they do is they just pull doubles and triples, and they go from state or from terminal to terminal usually, or they meet up with another driver and then they just switch and then they go home for the day. And I know Estes, they go and just terminal to terminal pretty much, and then at the end of the night they just sleep in a hotel. But getting back to the pickup and delivery part, where you're like you're guaranteed to be home like every single night, and you're working anywhere from 12 to 14-hour days. I don't know. I think there was some people who worked only like 10 hours, but those are the guys that were there for a long time. But I know when I was with Old Dominion, I always worked long hours, like 12 at least, 12 to 14, and day cab is a little different. You do get like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know, I have to fact check this, but it's like 1 16-hour day a week or something like that you can go into. So day cab is a little different, but pretty much it's the easiest thing though. And then to finish up on the end of your day though, you literally just put the stickers on the pallets, and most of the time the forklift driver will drive, and you just put the sticker on. He's coming up, you put the sticker on, and then he keeps driving it in your truck, and that's that. I mean, it's literally that easy. And then you just fill out the paperwork. There's some paperwork you gotta do, and that's it. And then you go to your next customer. And lots of times during your pickup phase, there's you just park like off to the side, or wherever you picked up at, and you wait for your dispatch to give you a new pickup, and you're waiting. Sometimes you could wait for like 2-3 hours, literally just in your truck, not doing anything, getting paid per hour just to sit there. And it's the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. And and let's talk about pay. So I know Old Dominion, I don't know about every state, but they pay $32 an hour. So I mean, you can expect anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 take home doing that. And that's, they don't pay overtime until I think it's, what is it? I think it's like 50 to 60 hours, something like that. And then they start paying overtime once you hit that marker. And so, I mean, you're getting paid though $1,200 to $1,500 a week, and you're home every single night. And what I just told you about how easy the job is a joke. I mean, it's literally a joke. And I never knew about LTL freight until I came off the road when I met that girl. So I had to get a local job. And you know what? I'll talk about U.S. Foods too. So I was with them, and honestly, anyone who does food service, or like, I don't know so much about Coke or Pepsi, but anyone who does like food service, like US Foods or Cisco, I mean, my hats are off to you. I mean, that job is no joke. Crazy hard. Like, when I did warehouse, I was like one of like the fastest workers, and I'm not bragging or anything like that, but just there was this like, I had dudes, like hardcore dudes, like all ripped out, big old dudes, tatted up, and we were working 16-hour shifts, and no joke, in the first 2 months, over 45 people got fired, and I was one of the last ones to stay, and I made it on like the elite group of like, it was like 9 of us working in this warehouse, and this was before trucking, and you know, I kept up with some of the most hardcore dudes up in Salt Lake, and we had a good team, and what we did was we just loaded trucks, that's it. And but doing food service, the way they load the truck, it's like, for me, my brain just can't comprehend how they do it. Because like, so when you first get your truck, they'll mix the pallet. So you're supposed to have all the dry foods down your right side and all your refrigerated stuff down your left side, and it's in a reefer. And but like, let's say your first stop, right? So you open up the door, right? And you barely have any room to get your dolly up in there. And you'll have like, maybe stops, let's just example, you'll have stops 1, 2, 3, and 4, all on the first pallet. And so literally you have to like take things and just like throw it up on top of each other and just, you know, create chaos, you know, in order to get to the bottom of the pallet for one item. Or that one item that you're looking for is probably in the back of the pallet, like on the bottom. And you know, it sounds like I'm complaining, but like, it's just the way they load your truck. You have to touch the product like 7-8 times, and there's some guys that can just like figure it out, that I was working with at US Foods. And you know, I mean, if you can do that, I mean, we need those people to, you know, stock up all like the McDonald's and Cafe Rios and, you know, whatever place you eat at when you're at home. You know, it's all getting delivered by food services. Like, you know, like the big ones, like the 2 big ones are Cisco and US Foods, and I think McLean too. But I know US Foods and Cisco tried merging, but that didn't happen. I think the government shut them down because of like monopoly or whatever it would have been. And I did hear US Foods did raise the price. I think they're getting paid $31 now in some states. So I mean, you'd have to check your local state, with your state, what they're paying. But I mean, if you think you can handle that job, so basically you're just like throwing stuff constantly, and I mean, you can't just like chuck it. I mean, you know, if you're a good person and you're trying to do a good job still, you'll get about like the good workers will get about 1,200 pieces on their truck. And you know, for me, at my last job, the warehouse job that I was talking about, would be nothing, right? But it's just the fact that you have that much on your truck, and then you have to drive to each spot, but then dig through the pallet and have no room to organize it. And then once your day starts going, it does start getting easier to like organize it. And like I said though, there are people out there that can do it efficiently. And I mean, and if you're one of those people, dude, like, I have so much respect for you that you're still willing to do that, because I just couldn't physically do that job anymore. Like, and I remember the age, I was 35 and I'm still 35, and I was like, wait, no. I was 34. It was, shoot, I don't remember. I think, no, yeah, I was 34 when I had that job. 34. And I think like 1 year prior to that, I probably could have done that job, but like, I think being over the road and then coming home, and then my first job back was US Foods, and it was just too hard for me. It's the first job to where I couldn't do it in my life. Like, there's never been a job in my life that like I was like, I can't keep up. And that's why I told you that story about the warehouse story. Because, you know, there was guys that like, you know, like hardcore dudes that couldn't keep up and got let go. And I've always just been one of those fast workers at like a warehouse. And that's why I wanted to get into trucking. And just everything just kind of led into it, driving forklifts into trucking. But, so, you know, if you can't tell, the reason I'm making this video, I'm just explaining like what some options are as local and how much you can make. And so at US Foods, I believe, I was at US Foods, I was only getting paid $23 an hour there. So, but when I left and I heard about LTL, I was like, why would I not do this? It's stupid. And I told my boss, and from when I left US Foods, I just was honest with them, and I was like, look, man, I was like, and they knew, you know, like I just told them I couldn't do it, and like, but they had so much of a turnover rate there, and even the boss that hired me quit after like 20 years, which, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I shouldn't talk about that. But the thing is, I'm not talking crap on US Foods, because they have great food products, and I love most of the places that they deliver to. I just physically could not do the job. So, if anything, I'm talking crap on myself. So, but, you know, and then in fact, I had this one boss that came and helped me because I was a slow worker compared to them, you know, and like I was trying to go fast. It's just the thinking, like, you have to think quick, and I do think quick, but you have to like think quick, but you gotta like think like smart, and like it's not even like Tetris, it's just like organization, but like really fast, and that's where it gets hard for me to do, you know. And so you know, I don't want to get like too much into like the US Foods, because I want to make this more about LTL, but there's not much to say more about how easy that job is, so I think I can merge these two into one. And so maybe I'll change the title of that, actually, of this video. You know, working differences between like food services and like LTL local or something. But yeah, I couldn't do it physically. And so but it's just the so if you think you can organize super fast, and because however fast you get done is when you can go home. So like, let's say you have 1,200 pieces and you can knock that out in 8 hours, then you can go home. Or you have the option to where you can go and help out your other buddies, you know, that work at US Foods, which is cool, you know. And I had some people when I was working at US Foods, and much love, and crap, I dropped my camera. Much love, though, to the people that helped me pick up the pace, you know. And I hated that, you know. I hated having to have help to do my job, you know. But my brain just couldn't figure it out. So if you think you can, like, like, let's say you're a warehouse worker, and you're young and in your 20s, and you want that good exercise, because like, let's say you put like 9 bags of flour on your dolly, on your hand truck. That's, you know, it's like close to 500 pounds, you know. You gotta like literally pull it back and just put all your momentum into it, pull it back, and then, you know, just send it, you know, down the ramp, you know. And it does have a handbrake, but I tweaked my back. I might show a picture of my back, because like my spine on like the lower part of my back is bent this way a little bit because of that job. But I mean, I wasn't looking for like compensation or anything like that. Alright, sorry about that, I was coughing. But I wasn't looking for like compensation or anything like that, but I just couldn't do it. And so I heard about LTL, and I was like, yeah, no, So I'm gonna get what, 23, 29, 30, 31, 32, a $9 raise. I was like, why would I not do this, you know? And so a $9 raise, and all I have to do is just drop pallets and put stickers on. And so it was stupid not to do it. And then you have the option to make $90,000 to $115,000 a year if you want to do line haul. But you are on call, and with U.S. Foods you get paid every 2 weeks. Let me think. Old Dominion, I don't remember. I think Old Dominion was every week. Yeah, I believe it was every week. And so, yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, really. So, I mean, if you're looking to do LTL, it's super easy. It's the easiest job I've ever had. And, I mean, you want, like most truckers, I hear all the time say they want that $1,200 to $1,500. And I mean, if you want that, just do LTL, you know. Or if you want to, you know, bust out super hard, break your back, go to U.S. Foods. Or if you just have that mentality where you can work and you have a strong back, and you know you want to do U.S. Foods or Cisco or something like that, do it. I mean, by all means, please. I know the industry needs more drivers, you know, both of them do. And so that's that. And you know, I made this video, hopefully it helped you. I'm gonna cut it right here, but to wrap it up, to recap, that's 2 options right there that you could do. Local and be home every single night with your family if you got a family, you know, or if you're single, you want to go out and date in life, you know, get, you know, have fun, do that. Go out to the club, you know, party, you know, do whatever you want, but you know, just don't drink, you know, during the week, you know. It's, you know, don't do it. You don't want to have alcohol in your system when you're trucking, you know. Just don't do it. I'm against that, you know. So but yeah, so LTL, you can expect $1,200-$1,500 a week. U.S. Foods, I think I was getting paid like $2,200 to $2,400 every 2 weeks. I believe that's what I was getting paid. And I think I can upload pictures. And so if I find any pay stubs, I can upload those. And yeah, I mean, that's that. And then, but there are still some reasons why people want to go over the road. I'll make a video about that, but right now this is just gonna be my little helpful tutorial about what it's like to be local. So I mean, if you got any questions, or if I didn't cover anything and you want to know more about it, just leave a comment. And that's it. Peace. So alright, so I looked over the video and I forgot something. So it's funny because when you're working LTL, you're still gonna have those people in the company that complain, and they'll, excuse my language, but they'll seriously bitch and say that the job is hard, and it's a freaking joke, dude. Like like, for real though, I'm not kidding you. People will seriously complain like LTL is hard. And I was like watching my video and I forgot to mention that. And there's actually quite a few things I forgot to mention, but just it was a lot of information packed in. And so, you know, it was a long video. Apologize for that, but I needed to get that info because in trucking, info is everything, you know. And if I would have known some of the things I would have known before I started trucking, I might have went a different route, you know, or I might have, I might have just started somewhere else, you know. And so it's just, But the biggest thing right now that I saw was like, it's hilarious because people will seriously complain at that job and be like, oh, this is so hard, or I got this crappy route and like all this stuff. And it's like, dude, really? Have you done anything else? Like, have you done food service, or have you like done any other job? Like, so just, if you missed what I said, go back and watch it. And literally, that's what the job is like. I'm not going to restate it. It's just, it's freaking hilarious that people complain that LTL is hard. And if you saw what I said, so take what I said and imagine that people say that's hard. And it's so funny not to laugh at that because, and there's so many LTL companies. Saya, look, I'm not going to name them all. Just Google it, okay? Or just leave me a comment, and you can, I'll get back to you on that. But let me see. There was actually, there might be another thing. I was talking about food service. Oh yeah, and the boss that came and helped me during the food service, though, when US Foods, thank you. Like, he showed me what to do. Like, US Foods, because it sounded like I was like hating on them, but US Foods, like the boss that came and helped me, he was like this like younger dude, but I think he was like same age as me, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. Point is he came and helped me, and he knew how to do it, and he was trying to show me, and like I got it, but then like every time I was by myself, it was like, it's not that I was trying to forget or not do it or to slack off, because hopefully you can see that I'm being truthful and that I'm trying to tell you what it's really like. And that's why I'm shooting this video, for you guys that want to know. Because what I've seen off YouTube and in trucking, people don't want to tell you what's out there or what it's like and how much you can make doing something else that's even easier. And yeah, I don't know why people are like that. I mean, I'm not that type of person, so hopefully you can see that. So that's why I'm giving you this information for free, and it took me, my whole trucking career to get to where I'm at and figure out kind of where I want to go, and I have an idea of what I want in the future, but so hopefully that helps you. This is already almost 5 minutes already, dang. So if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. And about that YouTube channel, I don't know if I can mention it, but where it shows the pay stubs of the SEs, but if you I think I'll just mention it, whatever. It's the Asian My Show. You go there. He just made a video actually about that, but so just go through his things and just Google like SEs, and he made a video showing the pay stubs, because I'm out on the road right now anyways in California, but my pay stubs are at home. But if you guys do want to see that and see that I wasn't lying and I was being sincere, I can just go home and I'll link those up in a photo, or maybe come back and I'll just upload it somehow. Or I know YouTube has those photos, I think, and I can upload those pay stubs on how much I made during that time. So I'm being truthful. I'm just trying to help you guys out. I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to get money or anything like that. It's just I don't know why people, it's like these old time truckers don't want to help out the newer generation. I mean, not all. Okay, let me rephrase. I just feel like some of these people out here, like that don't really want to be a part of the trucking brotherhood anymore, because trucking is changing. It's not the way it used to be, but I don't care. I mean, adapt or quit. I mean, if you don't want to do it, if you hate your life and you don't want to share information, especially in the world we live in now with the technology, then I mean, you just continue to be a stubborn asshole. I mean, it is what it is. So Sorry my language, but it's the truth, you know. But for me, the way I see things, um, I'm just trying to help you pick the right job to start. And you don't have to keep going through different jobs to figure out what suits you and what you want to do. And then also, this is the very last thing I remember now. It was about the OTR. Now, I will make a video on why. So, everything I just talked about, and then adding to that, um, why would you want to go over the road? So, on what I just said, you know, and you can be home every night. And don't forget though, those are long hours though, 12, 14-hour days, you know, and especially if you have a commute of an hour drive like I did. I had to drive an hour to work every day and then an hour home. So I was working, like on the days I was 14 hours, I was working 16-hour days, you know, and so I was like super tired. So um, yeah, it was really rough for me. And you know, you can do that, but after a year of doing that, 16-hour days, like think about that, you know, and then the times you get 12, you come home, but by the time you actually go to sleep, it's like 18 hours, you know, and you know, you're driving all day. Yeah, you are burnt. You're tired as crap. And that's part of the reasons, you know, that was an issue with Old Dominion, but it's because of a customer and what I said to them. But that's a whole nother story. I don't know how much I want to get into it, but pretty much just keep your mouth shut, you know, with these customers if you do go LTL. Because I'll say this, all I said was that I was tired, and you know, I know what it's like when you say you're tired, but I was just making conversation with the guy. And yeah, it just be careful what you say to these customers, you know. Like if you talk a lot, like I do, this already been 8 minutes, so you know, but hopefully this talking a lot though gave you that information, and that's what this was about. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.